Alright, quick disclaimer. I am recording this before the play-in games are over. There are still the 8-seeded play-ins, but I don't have an 8-seed upsetting a 1. I'm doing this just in case the bracket closes before I get a chance to record it. But anyway, hello everyone. I don't talk about the NBA on my channel, nor do I talk about the NHL, but after that season ends, I will also talk about the NHL playoffs. But right now, I'm talking about predicting the NBA playoffs. Now, I know NBA a little bit more than hockey, so it won't be as bad as the hockey one that I'm going to do. But I just wanted to kind of try and predict these games. Last year, I didn't record it, but I think I had like the Nuggets and the Celtics. No, I had the Nuggets and the 76ers last year. And obviously the 76ers got beat by the Celtics, but I had the Nuggets and the 76ers last year, which, Nuggets did win the finals. I just had the finals. I didn't really say who was winning it. But this year, as recorded, I'd like to show to the world that I am not good at this kind of stuff. And just let's get started with the West. Now, we're going to start it off with the 1v8s, move down to the 4v5s, the 3v6s, and then the 2v7s, and then move on until we reach the finals for each side. Then I'll predict the finals. But Thunder versus the Kings or the Pelicans. Now, I thought this was going to be the Warriors, but they disappointed me against the Kings. I believe it will be the Pelicans who are making it to the first round, but I don't have any hope for them after they lost to the Lakers that badly. They lost badly in the last game they played, but they didn't lose too horribly in the play-in game. And I think they're a little better than the Kings, but I don't see this game going past 6. So give me the Thunder in 5. They're going to move on. Next, we have the Clippers and the Mavericks, who have very similar records, but I personally think the Mavericks are a little better. Luka, who should honestly be MVP favorite, he's probably not winning it. He's probably losing it to Jokic. But Luka is probably the best player right now in terms of the playoffs, at least for the West, of course. And I feel like he'll carry his team, especially with Kyrie Irving also there. That duo has been really good. This one's a pretty close matchup. I'm going Mavericks in 7. I just feel like they're a little bit better than the Clippers. They should be able to handle them. Next, we have the Timberwolves and the Suns. I'm not confident in the Suns at all. Devin Booker, all those. I have the Timberwolves in either 5 or 6. I'm not too certain. But Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, they've both been doing good. They have Naz Reid. So yeah, I've got the Timberwolves in 5. And then Nuggets, Lakers. We all saw this last year. Give me Nuggets in 4. Lakers are not built for a championship, even though LeBron is still good. LeBron's the one who's really carrying the team. AD's good most of the time, and then the rest of his team kind of sucks. But I don't have much confidence in the Lakers unless LeBron can just carry his entire team, which, is very possible. We saw this last year. I'm not going to say Nuggets in 4. That was just kind of a joke, obviously. And I am picking the Nuggets in like 5 to 6 games. Next, we have the Thunder and the Mavericks. And I'm actually going with the upset here. I'm taking the Mavericks over the Thunder. The Thunder are a really young team with Shai, Chet, and of course Josh Giddey. You know, he might not deserve to be on that team. The Thunder are still really young and not playoff ready in my opinion. So even though they're the first seed, I don't think they really can compete with the Mavericks. You know, some people were even saying that the Lakers should lose their game against the Pelicans and go on to just so they can go on and play the Thunder instead of the Nuggets. So obviously people don't have confidence in this Thunder team. I don't either. The only reason I didn't have the 8 seed to be relatively close to them is because I don't have trust in either the Pelicans or the Kings to do absolutely anything in the playoffs. But I'm taking the Mavericks probably in 6. I won't be surprised if it's in 5. I don't see it going to 7 in my opinion. The Thunder, after this year, I think they'll be ready, but not right now. They're just way too young on the court. Now, the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. This is a really good matchup. Timberwolves, great defensive team. Nuggets know how to win, obviously. They've been winning a lot recently. Jokic. Sorry about that. Jokic, one of the best players on the court. Also got MPJ, Michael Porter Jr. You know, his brother just got busted for gambling, which is unfortunate. This is probably one of the closest matchups that is in the West. I'm taking a Jokic game winner in the 7th to move the Nuggets on to the conference final. Nuggets seem like they're the next dynasty. They seem like they're unstoppable, even though they are not the 1 seed. We're going to have to see how they do in the playoffs this year. It all depends. Of course, we've got the Mavericks and the Nuggets. Luka, Jokic. Good matchup on paper. I don't see the Mavericks team making the finals. It just doesn't feel right. Well, that's a weird thing to say. It just doesn't seem right. It doesn't really work. The Mavericks are a good team. I don't think they can beat the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, or the Timberwolves in a series. So be honest, whoever wins this, and if the Thunder, are better than expected, I think they go on to the finals, whoever wins the Timberwolves-Nuggets game. If the Thunder make the finals, I still have the Timberwolves or the Nuggets, because I don't trust the Thunder too much. I'll be surprised if the Clippers and the Suns or the Lakers make it, but whoever wins Timberwolves-Nuggets, in my opinion, goes to the finals, because I don't have trust in the Thunder, and the Mavericks just don't seem like they're good enough to make the finals. So give me the Nuggets in 5. Give me the Nuggets in 5, and we move on to the East. Now, the East I know a little bit more in, because obviously the Pacers games. Big Pacers fan. Celtics are unstoppable this season. They either play the Bulls or the Heat, although the Heat lost Jimmy Butler, unfortunately, so I think it's the Bulls now. I had Sixers and Heat moving on to the playoffs. Obviously, the Sixers did, and unfortunately, now that Jimmy Butler's hurt, even if they get in, they won't do much, so I think the Bulls make it now. Just very unfortunate for the Heat team, who had a stellar run when they were the 8th seed last year. But obviously, whoever they play, I've got the Celtics in 4. They seem like the most unstoppable team this year so far. And, I don't have any confidence in the Bulls, even though you can say they own the Pacers. And if the Heat make it, they have no chance without Jimmy Butler. So give me Boston in 4 on whoever they play. Cavaliers Magic is going to be a close, good matchup. And I have the Magic in 7. Now this may be a little biased because I like the Magic. And I don't like the Cavaliers. But I feel like the Magic can just go on a run. Now I'm also saying that about the Pacers, obviously. But I feel like the Magic have it in them. Cavaliers, they're good and all. With Donovan Mitchell. But I just feel like the Magic are a little bit better. They could have been like the 3rd seed if things went right. I mean, same for the Pacers, honestly. The East was so close, except for the 1st seed. So anyone could have been pretty high. But I have Orlando in 7th, although it will be a really good series. And we have Bucks versus Pacers. Now, this may seem controversial. Without Giannis, Pacers in 5. With Giannis, Pacers in 5. I know Giannis is hurt. He's out for at least game 1. He's probably going to be out for longer. But if you've actually watched and seen Pacers games this season, you would know that we own the Bucks this season. If you saw that in-season tournament run, I mean, we even beat the Celtics. Just saying. I'm not saying we're going to the finals, because you'll see. But the Bucks are not good right now. They've been losing to a lot of bottom feeder teams, even with Giannis and Dame. And they don't have Giannis. So give me the Pacers in 5. I'm hoping for a Tyrese resurgence, considering he hasn't been doing the best recently. He's still been good. He hasn't been doing the best. But give me a Pacers win in 5 with Tyrese Halliburton in him. Now we have the Knicks and the 76ers. This could also go either way. I have it going to 7 games too. And I just feel like with the seeding advantage, I feel like this team is a little bit better. I'm giving it the Knicks in 7. Now don't count out Joel Embiid, of course, Mr. Free throw man. He could get his free throws and save the season for the 76ers. But to be honest, 76ers just aren't it this year. I know Joel Embiid just came back from injury, so he might be a little bit But I personally have the Knicks in 7. You can say the Sixers in 7 too. I won't be mad, to be honest. But I have the Knicks in 7. Celtics and Magic. It's going to be Celtics in like 6 or 5. I don't like the Celtics. No one likes the Celtics. But you got to admit, they're one of the best teams in this league right now. And they can honestly beat anyone they play. The Magic, yeah, they can have their fun with Pablo Banchero. But I just don't see anyone really beating the Celtics, especially in the conference semis. And if it does happen, I'm not going to lie, Jason Tatum's a fraud. I don't make the rules. Pacers versus Knicks. You might call me biased. No, I'm not. I don't have the Pacers making it past the conference semis. They could lose in the first round because they don't have playoff experience, obviously. But in my opinion, the cards are just stacked up right for an easy Pacers win. I believe we're even favored. But against the Knicks, we match up good against the Knicks. Definitely way better than the Cavs or the Magic. But I just feel like the Pacers aren't really ready for the playoffs. Same thing with the Thunder, except the Thunder are actually good in the regular season. The Pacers sell to bad teams. But it's unfortunate, but I have the Knicks in 6. Won't surprise me to go to 7. Would be surprised if the Pacers won, although I'm not against it, of course. And that leads up to a Celtics versus Knicks final for the Eastern Conference. Give me the Celtics in like 6 again. Again, I've been saying this. Celtics seem unstoppable right now. the Knicks are a good matchup for them, but it just seems like it's the Celtics' year to lose in the finals again to the Nuggets. We're really going off if this happens against two teams that seem unbeatable. And the Celtics would be going for the most franchise wins in history, I believe. Don't check me on this. So obviously the Celtics are going to be really motivated to get the win. But the Nuggets are also dominant in the playoffs. We've seen that last year. And, Jason Tatum just has to prove me wrong. I don't think he can win a finals currently. He just doesn't seem like a superstar like a Jokic, a Luka, Embiid. He's a great player, don't get me wrong, but he's not that kind of player that will carry your team to a win and your team depends on you. And the fact that the Nuggets may have the best player in the world currently, in Jokic, if you believe that, I just can't bet against the Nuggets. But also, at the same time, I can't bet against the Celtics either. So, definitely a better matchup than last year, because that was Nuggets in 5. I'm taking Nuggets in 7. And it's going to be a close matchup. And of course, but of course, there's a different story here. If the Timberwolves make it against the Celtics, I actually have the Celtics winning in 6. I feel like the Celtics are a better team than the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are more defensive focused, while the Celtics are more offensive focus. But I have more confidence in the Celtics over the Timberwolves, but I have more confidence over the Nuggets than the Celtics, if you understand that. But that'll be all for this video. The Finals MVP will score 273 points in their season. And that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching this. And I hope to see you when I look at the NHL playoffs and do even worse on those predictions. But that's all for today.